A little while ago, my friend and I had this discussion when we couldn't agree whether I'm an introvert or an extrovert. I was insisting that I'm an extrovert, but I can also see her point of why she was thinking I'm an introvert, because I'm not usually the most talkative person in the room. I'm doing more than fine just being by myself, doing my own thing, minding my own business. But why I insisted that I'm an extrovert is because as much as I love my own time, I also really enjoy being around people, and if I'm left all by myself and lonely for too long, I would definitely start getting depressed. Our discussion ended by me taking a personality test, which is one of the 16 Myers personality types, and into my favor, it turned out that I am indeed an extrovert, but it also showed that I am an E.N.T.P. I got really interested in the whole topic. I started doing a little research to figure out what it even means, and what I found out is that it could hardly describe me any better, especially when I found this picture, which is everything I embodied. So for the next couple of weeks, I was constantly shoving it into people's faces that I'm not like this and I'm not like that in any way, but I'm just E.N.T.P, I cannot help it. But to see how well this type actually fits me, I wanted to go through some of the main key points of what describes this personality and see if I agree with them or not. Firstly, what E.N.T.P actually means is being extroverted, intuitive, thinking and perceiving. People with this personality type are often described as innovative, clever and expressive. E.N.T.Ps are also known for being idea-oriented, which is why this personality type has been described as the innovator, the visionary and the debater. I'm the visionary. Well, I'm not sure if I'm innovator because I haven't really invented anything in my life so far. E.N.T.Ps are less interested in the here and now details than they are in generating ideas and theories. That is very true because I usually don't live with the world around me and I'm so not into what is actually happening right here and right now, so that got me really well. Because of this, they sometimes tend to come up with one idea after another without actually going forward with plans and actions to bring their creative notions into fruition. Well, that's absolutely true. I've always been full of ideas and I've always been doing so many things, but I rarely actually finish something, especially if it's like a bigger project. I would do it, but I would also start thinking of something else and I would get really excited about this next thing, about this next project, about this next idea, and finishing the first one would just be a huge struggle for me. For example, I always loved writing and I always wanted to write a book, but I started writing many things but never finished any of them. That's why I never wrote a book or published one. What a surprise! Key E.N.T.P characteristics. E.N.T.Ps enjoy interacting with a wide variety of people. They are great conversationalists and love to gauge other people in debates. Well, I definitely enjoy interacting with a wide variety of people. I love meeting new people and them coming from different backgrounds with different stories. That's super fun for me. I'm not so great into keeping in touch with people, into having life-lasting friendships and things like that, but having these small, by the season people in my life, I'm all in for that. They are more focused on the future rather than on immediate details. They may start projects and never finish them because they are so focused on big picture rather than the present needs. I'm not even focused enough on present needs to have a proper meal every day, so there you have me. E.N.T.Ps enjoy being around other people, particularly if they are able to engage in conversation or debate about something in which they are interested. They are usually fairly laid back and easy to get along with. However, they can sometimes get so wrapped up in their ideas or plans that they lose sight of their close relationships. That's exactly what I just said. They tend to reserve judgment. Instead of making a decision or committing to a course of action, they would prefer to wait and see what happens. That is so true, and it also comes down to just judging people in general, because I know that every time I had this first opinion about somebody, it usually didn't really turn out properly. So in general, I would just give people a chance and see how they turn out. And I could say I'm probably the same with the events. Yeah, especially because I'm not focused on present and now, and I'm not gonna overthink over something like that. E.N.T.Ps are immensely curious and focused on understanding the world around them. They are constantly absorbing new functions and ideas and quickly arriving at conclusions. They are able to understand new things quite quickly. I would agree with this as well. Like, starting at my childhood, I always preferred playing with Legos than playing with dolls. And thinking maybe later on, for example, when I was in school and we were in a math class, and you have this classmate who is absolutely perfect and top score at everything, and when we were getting this new topic, I remember one time this classmate was like, but is this like this? I don't understand, needing extra explanation. I was like, but I got it right away, and you're like the top smartest kid in the class. And well, I guess that could be it. One common myth about E.N.T.Ps is that they love to argue simply for the sake of arguing. While people with this personality type are often willing to play the devil's advocate at times, they enjoy debates as a way of exploring a topic, learning what other people believe in, and helping others see the other side of the story. I definitely don't like arguing, and I definitely don't do confrontations. It's, I think, a very bad side of me, because if I would have this conflict with somebody, I would try to just let it go completely, and especially if it's somebody who's not particularly involved in my life, I would simply let them go and feel like there's so many other people I can be friends with, I don't need you that much, rather than just talk it out and continue where we left it. I don't think that's a good thing, but considering this whole debate thing and exploring topic, yes, I'm very much into it, and I can agree with this, because if I would stand behind certain belief, I would come up with the craziest arguments that would be of certain value as well, and this could go on for hours and hours and hours. I remember doing this when I was still a kid, and I'm sure I still have it now. Strengths: innovative, creative, great conversationalist, enjoys debating, and values knowledge. That's all absolutely true. I'm not so sure about this innovative, what exactly it has to be, because the first thing that pops up in my mind when you tell me that word is somebody like a scientist creating something, a proper engineering project when you make a robot, something like that. Very, very exaggerated, but yeah, I would say that too, because I enjoy even the small projects and making new things, and sometimes I feel like if you just do a little improvement in your room, that can count under innovative as well. Creative for sure, I've always been into creative things. I have to do a little something all the time. Great conversationalist and enjoys debating. Yeah, I like to chat, I like to talk, I like to have meaningful conversations. I hate small talk. I found somewhere describing E.N.T.P, they do not enjoy small talk, and they wouldn't do the small talk, and that could be the reason why you would come across as introvert rather than an extrovert, because you just don't want to engage in such shallow conversation. But doing the whole debating and proper conversations and wider topics, for example, just talking where you travel to and what you love, it can be of so much more value, and I love doing that. I won't find myself good at being like, hi, how are you, that stuff, but having something you can actually talk about, you can discuss, yes, I'm all in for that. And I can be in for that for a long time. And values knowledge, because quite frankly, stupid people get on my nerves. But I'm not judgmental, so that's fine. Weaknesses: can be argumentative, dislikes routine and schedules, does not like to be controlled, unfocused, and insensitive. Wow! Well, I kind of disclaimed the first one of can be argumentative, because, as I said, I don't like to argue and I don't like confrontations and things like that. I like debating but not confronting somebody. But dislikes routines and schedules? Absolutely! Have you seen how many people film these videos of my morning routine, my evening routine, my daily routine? And I'm like, it's a fine idea to film something, but I have no routine, like I wouldn't even use the same face cream 2 days in a row. If that happens, that's a very special occasion, because usually I got a cream and I use it first time because it's super exciting, and okay, maybe the second day, but then I would be like, I forgot I even have it. That's how bad at routines I am. I honestly think that my favorite part about dropping out of school was because there was no more this schedule and no more like a 9 to 5 sitting in this class every day, at this day of the week, every week, for the rest of your life, you know. Honestly, majority of the works I did ever since was something that even if I had to be the same place at the same time, it was not doing the same thing over and over again, which is perfect for me. I need something new every day, I need something exciting. It doesn't have to be super special, but just as long as I don't need to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, I'm fine with it. Because, you know, if nothing else, that's really not challenging. That's really not helping you grow, having a routine. Maybe if you find something that works perfect for you, great, but so far I didn't, so that's why I'm always into something new, into something different. Does not like to be controlled. Oh yes, definitely. I like to be on my own self, doing my own thing in my own time, by my own rules, obviously. And I love when I can just do that without having to discuss with somebody, without getting a confirmation from someone. It's E.N.T.P thing, I guess. I'm focused. Absolutely. My focus can shift, like, you know, I would be reading something and I wouldn't even know what I'm reading. I would like take phone from my purse to like check what's the time. I would end up using this random app, and at the end I would have no clue what the time even is. Things like that. I have this random conversation with a random lady on the phone who is supposed to be a psychic, and she probably saw me once when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, and that was it. And she was kind of browsing through my personality, and she decided to congratulate me for graduating because, hey, you're so unfocused. It's unbelievable that you were able to finish your school. I was like, gee, thanks, that's so true. I mean, I didn't have a hard time finishing school because luckily I don't know, it just wasn't hard for me, but unfocused, absolutely. Insensitive? Out of focus, I'm out of touch. Too deep, I feel too much. Yep. I would say yep. And I don't want to be insensitive, but I guess I'm just really bad at handling other people's feelings. The happy ones, the positive ones, yes. But when it comes to the negative stuff, when it comes to being overly emotional, it's just not my thing. I honestly don't know what to do, and I don't know, somebody starts crying. Maybe it's just because I'm not very used to showing my feelings, and then therefore I don't know how you deal with somebody in certain situation, because I myself haven't been in this situation. I haven't seen how people would deal with me to get this common, you know, sensitive, relatable aspect of dealing with somebody. I don't know why, maybe it's just my background. We're strong Slavic people, we clutch our teeth and we don't cry. Or maybe just in general, because I'm really emotionally disabled. But if you start crying on my watch, oh my, I will try my best to help you out. But honestly, I'll be little by little, bit by bit dying inside and low-key panicking of getting this really wrong. It's not because I want to be insensitive, because I want to be mean, because I don't want to sympathize with you, but I just do have a hard time doing that. E.N.T.Ps are curious, clever, and open-minded. Yes. I like this clever part. I like how it's constantly saying you're actually super smart and you're just lazy. You're too smart for this world. You're too smart for people around it. You're too smart to be bothered. That honestly sounds like my family randomly start giving me stupid compliments for no good reason, but it fit my personality pretty well. They influence others, they're inspiring. Well, I hope so. I'm not so sure about an influence part because my mind's a bit special and maybe it's not good that I influence people, but if I can, I'm not saying the world would be a better place. Have little patience for those who can't keep up. Yes, as much as I'm not judgmental, it's true that, for example, when you have this colleague who's using the computer and they're doing something and you're like standing behind them like, I could really do this so much faster, you don't even know what you're doing. Yes, I'm very much into that feeling. And when I get into that feeling, I so often start treating people, I'm not gonna say inappropriately, but not very nicely. Like, I don't really hold back of low-key letting them know if I think they're stupid, but that's not my intention. I don't want to make you feel stupid, and I feel really bad about it afterwards usually, but it's just, as it says here, little patience for those who can't keep up. Sorry, it's my personality. Can't do much about it. Quick wit and humor. Oh yeah, I like to put funny stuff in pretty much anything. I'd love to make fun of everything. I do make fun of a lot of things, inappropriate ones as well. I definitely prefer people making fun of me than being cheesy. And oof, I'm very strong on sarcasm. And my problem is that a lot of time people can't keep up and then they don't get a joke, and I just come across as mean and nasty and stuff like that. But honestly, I was just joking. And you don't get it, and that's sad, but hey, I'm too smart for most of the world, so that's why you don't get it. They're looking for loopholes in system and make system work to their advantage. And that also makes us efficient. I fall on that list of people that Bill Gates say I would definitely hire a lazy person because they would always find the easier solution of how to make things work. That's so me. I love to be praised for being lazy, it feels so good. They possess charisma and charm. Can't you tell? We are more excited about exploring concepts than making them reality. And that can make us unreliable. I've been told by my own relatives that they wouldn't hire me because I'm unreliable. And they rather get some random person from the third world country to do their work rather than me doing it for free for them because I'm unreliable. Gotta be true. But hey, I don't mean to be like that. I'm an E.N.T.P. They're knowledgeable, quick thinkers and brainstormers with flexible minds and extensive knowledge. Yep. I just feel so good that you have so many good traits. Just point it out, and for the bad ones you just say, hey, that's the personality, you just cannot keep up. Dreaming and scheming. Oh yeah. I'm a big dreamer. I would sit around for hours and just think of how things should have been done, and going back in my memory or thinking about these random things that very much and very obviously are never going to happen, but I have the whole scenario of how I would play them out if they do, or how I would play out these not so perfect moments in my life if they ever happen again. Like, if I would need to relive my life, it would be perfect. Easily bored. Absolutely. And I think this also fits with the unfocused part. Loyal. I would say I'm loyal. I'm easily moving on and letting go and, stepping forward. But I don't think that that's something that you can connect with being loyal or not being loyal. So I would say that I am loyal, I suppose. Popular E.N.T.P careers: entrepreneur, engineer, lawyer, scientist, psychologist, inventor, psychiatrist, journalist, photographer, actor. Wow. I'm still not sure what entrepreneur actually means, but hey, technically I'm an engineer. For the psychologist, psychiatrist part, I actually did like 3 semesters of psychology in school. Like, some of that was completely by choice, but the thing was I always enjoyed it and I was always interested. Especially since I'm so bad at feelings, it's good to know how other people functions, at least by the books, since I'm so bad at actually engaging into that. Journalist, that's definitely one of my top things if I would need to choose a permanent career. Like, I've been always involved into school papers, I got my internship at TV, I've been always writing, so that's something I actually really do enjoy doing. And if you think about it, It's a very non-repetitive word because you can be doing something completely different every single time. I love doing photography. I do photography, that's for sure, and acting. I've been to some school plays and I really enjoyed it, and I've been acting my whole life, every day, because E.N.T.P is not the most socially acceptable personality, so there you have it. And if you would need to think of some famous E.N.T.Ps, I can tell you about Alexander the Great, Walt Disney, how fun is that? Nikola Tesla, hello, Thomas Edison as well, Theodore Roosevelt, Julia Child, and relate to that one, Alfred Hitchcock, Tom Hanks, and Celine Dion. Well, that was my intake on E.N.T.P personality from my personal site. If you want to figure out what yours is, you can do the test at 16personalities.com. I'm gonna link it below. It's really fun. You don't really have to think, you just do what you know you are. And hopefully you'll have so much fun discovering what you are and why your flaws are there, as I did.